Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, as we have the runtime for the episode. That being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop right on into it. In this video, we're going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As they read, The Mandalorian Season 3, the next episode is getting a record-breaking runtime, which is finally something good. It's going to be a little bit longer than these previous two episodes for The Mandalorian Season 3. And even when comparing it to previous past seasons of The Mandalorian, this is going to be one of the longer episodes, so more action and more Mando, Grogu, and all of our favorite Mandalorian characters. As the Direct's article reads, The Mandalorian Season 3's next episode, Episode 3, will set a new record runtime for the Star Wars Disney Plus series. Fans have become increasingly critical of runtimes for both Marvel and Star Wars projects. If you're a Marvel fan, I have a Marvel channel linked in the description down below. This left many disappointed when The Mandalorian Season 3 premiered with a record low time runtime for a Star Wars premiere at just 35 minutes long, one of the shortest premieres we've ever had for any Star Wars project on Disney Plus. Fortunately, that saw a significant uptick going into Episode 2, Chapter 19, which shot up to a good old 42 minutes, a full 7 minutes longer than the premiere. Aside from all this, and while saying all this, how long is the next episode of The Mandalorian going to be? Thanks to a recent post from Cryptic HD Quality over on Twitter, fans now know the runtime for The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, and it will set a new record for the Star Wars Disney Plus series. The Mandalorian's Chapter 19 will have a runtime of around 56 minutes long, excluding the dubbing and additional language credits that Disney Plus adds to its listed runtime, marking the longest episode yet for the entirety of The Mandalorian out of all of its seasons, Season 1, Season 2, and the 2 episodes that we have for Season 3 so far. The longest episode of The Mandalorian is here. Previously, the record for the longest episode of The Mandalorian was held by the Season 2 premiere, The Marshal, which introduced Timothy Oliphant's Cobb Vanth and ran for 51 minutes. That didn't count the dubbing or the language credits, meaning its record will now be beaten by almost 5 minutes with this new episode, of course, seeing that this would hopefully be correct. The top 5 longest Mandalorian episodes include Chapter 9, The Marshal, 51 minutes, Chapter 8, The Redemption, 46 minutes, Chapter 13, The Jedi, Chapter 16, The Rescue, and Chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore, the previous episode of Season 3. And I will have to say that I am a little bit disappointed that we've never seen a Mandalorian episode stretch over an hour long. I think that there's plenty of story to tell, and I wait for the day that we finally will have something that is longer than an hour. However, until then, I'll just simply be happy with what we're getting. However, this still doesn't top the list of the Star Wars longest Disney Plus episodes overall, as the Bad Batch premiere ran for a shocking 1 hour and 11 minutes for its Season 1 premiere, while the Book of Boba Fett's finale came into around an hour long at 59 minutes. So sure, this may be the longest episode for The Mandalorian, but compared to, well, other Star Wars shows out there, this one isn't necessarily the longest, well, episode for all Star Wars shows. It really only includes The Mandalorian with its seasons, Season 1, Season 2, not even Mandoverse shows like the Book of Boba Fett, or whatever we may get for the Ahsoka show coming out a little bit later this year. So this here all being said, the next episode of The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, is looking to clock in around 56 minutes long, close to an hour. And surely, hopefully, it will be filled with plenty of action and adventure featuring our favorite Mandalorian characters. However, the question stands to, as of why is the next episode for The Mandalorian so long? Well, of course, we'll discuss a little bit of this, but usually I save these kind of preview videos for the day before the episode comes out, so stay tuned for that when that comes out tomorrow at the time of recording and publishing this video here on the channel by hitting the subscribe button and that notification bell. The article reads from the Direct, many fans will be enlightened to see The Mandalorian's next chapter clocking in at almost an hour long, especially since most episodes of the Disney Plus series usually run somewhere between 35 and 45 minutes long, aka, well, not long enough in my terms. But that does leave the question of as of why Chapter 19 will ultimately be so much longer than the previous episodes, and that doesn't include just Season 3, but all other episodes of The Mandalorian and all of its other seasons. Well, basing off of what we saw in Season 3, Episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore, the previous episode, The Mandalorian's latest episode kickstarted Din Djarin, Grogu, and Bo-Katan's adventure into the Mines of Mandalore. Din ended up the episode by retaking his Creed oath as he bathed in the mine's waters before being dragged underwater, or, well, falling and drowning maybe. I'm not entirely sure on exactly why he fell so far beneath the water. Maybe discuss that in the comments down below. But Din Djarin, Bo-Katan do come face to face with the fabled mythosaur alongside in the waters of Mandalore and its mines, kind of just chilling out down there. That's something I want to talk about in a separate video here on the channel very soon. So of course stick around for that by hitting the subscribe button. So the opening of the next episode ought to be an action-packed one, as the Mandalorian pair have some kind of confrontation with the mythosaur. Maybe the mythosaur will come to the surface of the water. This will undoubtedly lead to a further exploration of Mandalore overall, and its city, and the rest of the planet even, and generally set the course for where the rest of Season 3 will be going, especially as all the promoting and marketing and trailers and TV spots for the third season of The Mandalorian have pointed towards that the point of this season and the main mission and main adventure of this season of The Mandalorian is about Din Djarin, well, reclaiming his creed and becoming a part of the creed by traveling to Mandalore and those mines to redeem himself. And of course I've already discussed this in 2 videos here on the channel, and both are reaction and breakdown / things that you might have missed throughout that episode videos here on the channel, as of where do we go next? What do you do with, your characters after you seemingly accomplish the goal that had been set up from the start, from the promoting, marketing, and everything that we've already seen about the third season of The Mandalorian. Going forward, things are going to be pretty blinding, which I'm looking forward to. So taking the option and the road of having something that's more action-packed, and with Bo-Katan and Din Djarin, Grogu really coming face to face with the mythosaur, or there could be a potential time skip of where we see Bo-Katan and Din Djarin and Grogu get the heck out of there and out of Mandalore, as they're, well, probably scared of the mythosaur. We do know that Bo-Katan is probably the only one that actually saw the mythosaur. I'm pretty sure that Din was pretty out cold after he took a rough fall. After all, most were generally expecting Din Djarin's Mandalore adventure to serve as the primary arc for this season, as the article concludes with the arrival on the planet being saved for one of the final episodes, and yet that's something that happened in the first, 2 episodes, so who knows what the Mandalorian crew has cooked up for the remaining 6 chapters of this season. So from there, that is where the article concludes, and as I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Our main takeaway is that the next adventure, the next chapter, the next episode for The Mandalorian Season 3 will probably clock in close to 56 minutes long, so it's going to be plenty of adventure and the longest episode yet to date. I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys want to see in this episode? I would love to hear what you guys all think in the comment section down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.